I'm Ugo, and in this video, I'll be talking about the most forgotten items in college and also what not to bring. So the first item that's most forgotten is a toothbrush holder. People, I noticed, didn't care about the germs that touched their toothbrush. And it's my job now, like I'm taking on the responsibility of caring for you guys on like what gets on your toothbrush. You need to cover your toothbrush because it's really gross because ugh. No, but seriously, a lot of things can get on your toothbrush if you just leave it in your shower caddy uncovered or just put it in a cup or something. Like one of the people that I lived with, he had his toothbrush in a cup uncovered and he put it on top of his dresser. His roommate was leaving the room, knocked over the cup, his toothbrush fell onto the floor, his roommate picked it up, blew it off, and put it back in the cup, and his roommate still doesn't know. That's gross. If he had a toothbrush cover, that wouldn't have been a problem. Bring a toothbrush cover. The second most forgotten item is Tupperware. I love food, and I was one of the people who loved it enough to go to the dining hall 3 times a day. What I didn't know was that my meal plan did not support that lifestyle. Actually, I did know that, but I just didn't care. So what ended up happening was towards the end of the semester, my meal swipes started to deplete. And I'd have like weeks left and not enough meal swipes for those weeks if I wanted to eat 3 times a day like I do. So what I had to do, I had to bring Tupperware to the dining hall, get my meal, go back, get a second meal, put it in my Tupperware, throw it in the bag, and go. There are times where you might have to do that, either out of necessity because of swipes or because of time. Like sometimes you don't have, like sometimes you want to eat another meal, but you just can't get to the dining hall or you're too lazy or there's torrential downpour and you don't want to make that long trek to your dining hall more than once. And in those cases, you will be needing those Tupperwares. So bring Tupperware. The third most forgotten item is professional attire. This is college, so you'll be going to like job fairs, internship fairs. You might have classes where you have to present and you have to dress nicely. So you have to bring clothing that is appropriate for these situations. Something business casual or business professional. Also, if you want to join a Greek organization, at some point you'll probably have to dress up, so you should definitely bring that. And the last item are documents that establish employment. If you want to get a job on campus, you have to have some type of document like this, which is a passport or a social security card or a birth certificate. So if you intend on getting a job while on campus, which I do recommend, you would definitely need to bring one of these items. Now on to the list of what not to bring. Number 1, do not bring excessive decorations. You may want your room to look like a Tumblr post, a Pinterest post, a giant DIY project, but it's not realistic, and honestly, it's just kind of like a waste of time. You'll put together all these things, spend all this money, spend all this time buying these things and putting them up at the beginning of the year and taking them down at the end of the year. And honestly, after a couple of weeks, it just loses its significance. Like, at first you look at it and you admire it, like, oh my gosh, I did such a nice job. I have all these pictures, blah, blah, blah. But then, like, as the time goes by, it's just there. And starts to look kind of cluttered. And it becomes an inconvenience when things starts falling down and turning off and breaking and stuff like that. So just don't even do it. Number 2, you get warned about, like, all the time is don't bring your entire wardrobe. I was one of the people who did not listen. Like, I need options. I don't care about seasonal packing, blah, blah, blah. But, like, just pack seasonally. Because honestly, like, it's a lot of stuff if you bring everything. And especially shoes. Like, you don't really end up wearing that many pairs of shoes during college. Like, I wore not even half of the shoes that I brought. And for the ladies out there, do not bring, like, excessive amounts of heels because you will not be wearing them. I brought, like, 4 maybe, I think 4 pairs, and I wore 1. I don't really know where I thought I was going, but, like, I never went to those places, so you just don't need the heels. Or the giant wardrobe, so definitely pack seasonally and just be a minimalist. The third thing I didn't have a problem with, but I know a lot of people who did, and that's leisurely books. So you don't need to be bringing all these books to school because you'll be reading in school for your classes. And when you have time that's like not for studying, you'll probably want to hang out with your friends or watch TV or take a nap or eat or do something like that. You probably won't want to read. You're not going to have time for it. So just don't do it. Don't bring the books. Don't bring an ironing board. You're not really going to iron that often. And if you do, just iron on your desk. Like, this is college. You better improvise. Become resourceful. Resourcefulize. And that's the end of my list. That is what not to bring to college, and also the most forgotten items. Thanks for watching. You get on a packed bus, you mix essential oils with the people next to you, and